be?
Hey, are you in with the recording?
Alright, so we got some weird driving real quick, and I just wanted to give y'all a little bit of a review on a spread axle trailer. So this is my first step deck spread axle trailer. I've done flatbed spread axles, but this one's, the axles are further in, and I just wanted to let y'all know I'm in a really tight spot, and kind of so y'all can see how it tracks. Just so y'all can see kind of what I'm looking at. We're gonna take it nice and slow out of here. I have a pickup, but it's located in like a very weird spot. So that's the side I'm worried about. On my driver's side, I'm getting really close to the curb. I've done step deck spread axles before, but on those, the axles are really far back. So the center point for the trailer is usually pretty far back, even further back than a lot of tandem axle trailers. And on this one, I don't know if y'all can see, it's getting pretty close to the curb. On this one, it just barely kissed it. And whenever I came through with the, I had a high cube like this one, but it wasn't a climate control. When I came through with that one, I was like really on top of that curb right there. So I just kind of wanted to show y'all these spread axle van style trailers. They can really center up your, like the pivot point on your trailer, and kind of make it easier for y'all to drive in these really tight spots. Because as you see, I'm kind of in a bit of a pickle right now. So before I pull out, I always try to check my my kingpin, because there's been a couple occasions where somebody came out, messed with my truck, and then I went to go and drive away, and I had to check it. I just had that feeling, and what do you know? I started sliding out from underneath the trailer. And I stopped myself because the kingpin wasn't locked all the way. Also too, if you stay the night somewhere and you don't get out and do your pre-trip, or if you fall asleep for a second because you're waiting on a loader, it's still a good idea to double check your kingpin. Man, I didn't realize how tight these spread axles can turn whenever the axle's that far forward. Both of them. And I'll do a walk around of the trailer here in a second. Coming up to the light, I always split these turning lanes. I mean, there's a chance I might be fine, but if I turn just a little bit too tight, I don't want to take a chance to sideswipe that car right there. The only issue when you're doing this, you got to watch out when cars try to come around you. So me personally, a lot of drivers, whenever you start driving, you're trained to go to that closest lane that you're turning in, but I always go all the way out. especially since up here I'm gonna have to make a left. Got a trash truck. Picked up, man, I picked up 5 pieces. First of all, the stuff that I haul, I'm not supposed to be touching it. Secondly, they required me to load the truck myself because they didn't have any type of dock back there in the little alleyway that I just got out of. They literally lift it to the back of the truck and then give me a pallet jack, and I have to turn these big old pieces around in the truck. Thankfully, this truck that I'm in is to the legal limit with how wide it is. So I actually had room because these pieces, I'm telling you, they were pretty wide. I want to say they're probably like 7 foot 6 inches wide. So I had a few on each side of the truck. Had a few inches to spare, but it was just barely enough with the little pallet jack that they gave me. But then on top of that, once I went to go get loaded up, I signed my paperwork. They gave me the wrong stuff, and my dispatch didn't give me any good load identifiers, so I didn't even know I had the wrong stuff because they mislabeled everything. That's the one thing when it comes to these big pieces, these big semiconductor pieces that I haul, you got to be very careful about the load identifiers, because that's what you're supposed to match up with your paperwork to make sure you take the correct thing. But obviously in this case, it didn't happen. And then also after they went to go start loading me, it started pouring down rain on these really expensive pieces. And I immediately just started taking pictures because all of this stuff is supposed to stay dry, it's supposed to stay upright, it's very high value type stuff, so I didn't want any of the responsibility to be on me. So I recently did a video delivering a big piece of glass. Well, before they gave me the low boy, I had just a standard step deck trailer, and the glass was still 12 feet. Like it was still, it was still the same height, except the trailer set up a little higher. So this is part of the route that I took to deliver it, because I had to go deliver it off Luna Road. If you're from this area, this is like President George Bush Turnpike area, close to the airport. Luna Road, not too far from where my yard's at. But there's one bridge that we missed the sign on. And it's actually coming up. The bridge isn't that low. It's like 14.7. But coming back the other way, the bridge is like 14.2. And let me just tell you, it was one heck of a time, because over here on the left side, over there, I had to back up this on-ramp that you see, while my buddy gave me some space and kind of told the cars to go around because of the route that they had us on and the mistake that we made. Yeah, it was a lot of fun that day. Today I won't forget. I read all the bridges fine. It's just that one. So there's 2 trucks. They're in the way, but they're not like. Yeah, there's 2 trucks. They're in the way, but I don't know where the drivers are. and I'm about to just take the door, so I'm gonna open up my doors real quick. All right, so we got it figured out. I'm gonna back up, let these guys go around, because apparently their people changed where they were going. Hopefully y'all can see that mirror. Their people changed where they were going, so I'm gonna let them out and then go ahead and get staged up. Now there's another truck back there, but it's just so weird to me that a lot of people, they'll leave their trucks open with the keys in them and then just like walk away. Like, I'm telling you, his truck was on, his truck must have been on, it must have cut off, but the keys were in it, the doors were open, and then even the truck behind him, like, the keys are actually, the truck's on. I'll just put it like that. The truck's on. Keys in it, doors unlocked, all his stuff's in there. It's like, why would you do that? It's just it's weird seeing drivers leave their keys and trucks on. So I'm gonna get staged up real quick. Pretty easy with a day cab. Now we'll see how this spread axle backs up. But if you ever come to DFW Airport, the biggest thing is to block off the door that you want to take. Open your doors and then back up. Because if you don't, a lot of times box trucks will try to sneak their way through. Well, get some hesitation from this. Get some hesitation from the spread axle. Yeah, I figure that the axle furthest forward, extra resistance, just like a flatbed. Yeah, that'd be the only thing. It's dragging across the ground, so I guess backing up a tandem trailer really is the best type of trailer. But yeah, if you ever come to DFW Airport, block off your door, then open your doors if you don't have a seal, and then get your door and get the hell out of the way, because I'm telling you, man, the guys up here, I've seen a fist fight over a door. It blows my mind. And I get it. I mean, a lot of drivers, they get paid by the load, and so, you know, up here at the airport, you can end up waiting 3 or 4 hours. Yeah, drivers up here, you end up waiting 3 or 4 hours, and then there goes your day. If you got to run your clock, like say you got to, leave the state or something. But fist fighting over a dock door? Nah, I'm okay. For me, being hourly, local, I'll just give it to the other guy. Yeah, I'll just give it to the other guy, let him go, because if they're gonna fist fight me over it, it's like, nah, man. I'll sit on the clock a little bit longer. But yeah, so we got a door. Backing in, it was okay. I probably cut it a lot closer than I should have, just because the spread axle, that front axle was dragging like big time. Now when you're going forward, there's not as much emphasis on, like there's not as much weight being transferred to that axle because it just has to follow the truck. But whenever the back tires are the ones actually doing the turning, that front axle, obviously it's fixed, so it just drug across the ground, and there's tire marks and everything. Thankfully it's a little wet out here, so it wasn't too bad, but the resistance I was getting from backing up, there's not enough, I don't have enough weight that it like just slid across the ground. It was really like buckling a little bit. And I think the tires are just slightly underinflated. Yeah, I think the tires are just slightly underinflated, but yeah, no, it's just an interesting experience. I've never had to back up one of these before, but I'm gonna get the trailer jacked up and then we'll do some more talking here in a second. All right, so we got the trailer jacked up, and yeah, we got a door, got the trailer jacked up, got our paperwork, so we're gonna go check in, and then we'll see what's up. It's only 5 pieces, so I think the biggest thing is going to be wait time, because all the other doors are loaded. And then I'll kind of show you what the rest of DFW Airport looks like. So when I say DFW Airport here, oh look, you can see a plane right now. I say DFW Airport here specifically, I'm talking about the cargo side. So the passenger side, you probably won't be able to see it, but behind that trailer over there, they clear across the way, you can see the glass for the people side. Now on that side of the airport, there's a lot more traffic. Over here today didn't seem to be that bad, but usually you'll see like lines of trucks just sitting and waiting to get a dock door. But yeah, we're gonna go check in, drop the stuff off, and then head back to the yard. All right, guys, so we just got back. Like I said, this is a high cube reefer, and it's a spread axle. So see here, usually spread axles, they obviously the axles aren't together like they are on that truck over there, or that trailer I mean. Now they still have airbags. These airbags are a lot more sensitive than your standard airbags, because these trailers are designed to carry high value equipment. And then you see right here, the jack comes down so that it can go up to the dock height, or if you're picking up a delivery for a house or any type of you know, just ground deliveries where they don't have any forklifts, it actually has a lift gate. So it goes out, you flip it down, and then it goes back up, so you can load, you know, whatever you need. But originally this trailer started out as a moving company trailer. Now the idea behind the spread axle trailer is that it makes the track of the truck much less significant. Instead of it being a 53 foot, you got to turn out real wide, this trailer actually turns in just a little bit tighter. So when you're looking to get your own truck and trailer, a lot of times they if you're like an owner operator and you know you're going to do this for a long time, it'd be good to spend money where you can actually spread your axles, where you can move both of your axles wherever you want them, depending on what you're doing. Now with a standard trailer, whenever they're loading you, a lot of places require you to slide both, or your tandems, usually these are locked together, they require you to move them all the way back. Now with a trailer like this, the jacks go down, and basically all of the airbags get taken out, all the air gets taken out of the trailer, and all the load goes to where the jacks are. So when they go in and out of the truck, it doesn't bounce like at all. But yeah, here's the lift gate, and I don't really know how to operate it. Well, I do, but I'm not going to turn it on right now because we don't use it all that often, and I don't want to cause an issue if they don't utilize it as much as they should. But it's a very expensive trailer. So I don't know, I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool to pull. It's one of the trailers in the fleet at my job where they're not going to let anybody really use it, because it belongs to a different department, and that department is usually a lot more like a stiffler about anybody touching their stuff. They think it's gold, but really it's just them being cheap. But yeah, so you have your spread axles, you put your fuel in here, your diesel tank sits right there. So you want to be sure if you get one of these step deck trailers that you don't go to places where there's like super steep angles, because you will pay for it. This one, however, the tires aren't as small as they are on some of the other ones that sit like this. So, but yeah, just, as you see, we still have our RGN over there, but it is getting late. Luckily, I picked up a couple more loads. Oh yeah, getting used to this truck, but I think the biggest thing that I would look for in a truck whenever I go to get my own is reliability and ease of access. So this one that I'm in, it's a Cummins, but it's a Cummins. We're going to drop the axle, or the suspension drop on these trucks. And I think I'll do a review on this one in case anybody wants a newer International. Yeah, these trucks aren't bad, these Internationals, but there's a lot of electronics in the DEF, and if I own the truck, I kind of want it to be like my pickup, you know, like my pickup. It's reliable, easy to work on, very few things can actually go wrong, very few things that I can't just do on the side of the road just in case I ever break down. There we go. Get it back, and then it'll raise back up. You got your PDL lock, so usually you only have the front one engaged, and that's where all the power's going, and this provides more stabilization and weight control. But when you lock that, it's like a locker, so it basically shoots air into the interaxle, and it'll connect it so that all four wheels get power. Off-road, all it is specialized traction control if you don't know how to drive. Fifth wheel slide, so you can slide your fifth wheel. Basically, on a pickup, that little part right there, you can get it. That little part right there on a pickup, it's fixed. So wherever you have it, the only thing that you can do is get like an offset ball, or I think there's other things like, or you can offset the actual hitch on the trailer so it'll sit further back or closer up. On semi trucks like this truck, they're equipped with what's called fifth wheel slides. So these little teeth come out, you can push it back, forward, and it comes in use if you hook up to a lot of different trailers like I do. So with this one, having it all the way back, this trailer, there was a lot more deck space because of the cooler that's on it. So I slid my fifth wheel back, but I still was able to have clearance, and I was still able to have optimal turning radius because the place that I went to was pretty tight, as you saw in the video, and it just helped me out a little bit. But now I'm going to slide it back to where it was. And then also to some other trailers over here, the kingpin's really close to the front, and there's not that much room where the step is. So for those trailers, I can slide my fifth wheel further back than where it was today, and I'll have more turning radius. And if there's a heavier load, having it further back on your drive line kind of helps you with the weight. You pull better, it's not so tongue heavy, and you don't overweight your drive axles. We kind of went over that in one of the other videos. But yeah, we're gonna go get some lunch, and then we got 2 more loads to pull, take back to the airport. So we'll see how it goes.